Hey guys, Like here. No, of course, I just wanted to say something a little bit today. And, one thing that I've taken notice of is like there's just so many people out there that either don't do something or get discouraged from something because they feel like it's just going to fail. And one of the biggest ones, of course, nowadays, as you might know, is relationships. But here's kind of the deal about that. And I think people kind of have a misperception about relationships due to a lot of media. And that's part of the reason why I don't really listen to media anymore or the movie. That's another thing. I think a lot of people watch too many movies and TV as well. And so they kind of just get this false perception on what a relationship is supposed to be like, and that a relationship is supposed to last forever, like the movies, where you just live happily ever after, and you're just with this person for the rest of your life, or until death do part. And while that might occasionally happen, just think of it this way: we can easily enough live for 80 years. And a 10 to 20-year relationship is a really long time. And a person can easily change within 10 to 20 years. And your interests can change. You also might eventually get really tired of the person that you're with, etc. It can very easily end after 10 to 20 years after being with a person. And I always think it's weird how people always just see it as a bad thing when two people break up, because it's no offense. Sometimes I actually think it's a good thing. And I also just see it as, instead of it just being like, oh, your life just ends here because your relationship ends, or everything just goes to shit because of it, I see it as a new beginning, uh, as a new start into something else. Just like when you first come out of high school, I don't see that as the end of your life. I see that as a new beginning. And that's one of the reasons, of course, before I got out of high school, I just grew really sick of high school. I knew that there was more to life than, the high school life, etc. And I knew that it wasn't going to last forever, which I was so fucking glad of, because I really wanted to get out of high school again. And it was also because a lot of the bullshit that happens in high school, they don't really deal with anymore when you grow up and you get out of high school. Then when these bullies, of course, come out of high school, they lose all of their friends, if not most of them. And so when they go to college, sometimes they have to start, actually, being adults. They can't get away with their shit anymore like they used to with their friends. This isn't high school anymore. Of course, if they do the shit that they used to do when they were in high school, they could get arrested for it, etc. They do not deal with their bullshit anymore, and they actually do get punished for it, etc. Like they're supposed to. Then, of course, when you go to college, it's literally just all you. That's your responsibility. They aren't trying to make you go to college. It's your choice to go to college, etc. It's basically all you and your responsibility. And as much as I kind of disliked my experience with college, it at least was better than going to high school. Oh my fucking God. It was. It was at least a better experience than high school. I will at least give it that. But of course, like I said before in my other videos, just research into what you're getting into and everything, and what kind of classes you're going to be taking before you actually go to college. Because there are other schools, just like there's. Anyway, I probably should stop talking about that. But yeah, there's other options out there. Just, look into them. Anyway. But yeah, nothing lasts forever. I mean, and just like I even could have become a welder, but like I also didn't really want to become a welder for the rest of my life because one of the things about becoming a welder is that it is seriously bad for you. It's not the most dangerous job, but it is a dangerous job as well, and it's possibly one of the jobs that's the least healthiest for you, which is of course one of the reasons why I ultimately decided not to become only a welder. At the time, I didn't really have the interest. The only reason why I would still be a welder to this day is if I was doing something that was like being a creator or being an artist, so to speak, as far as welding goes. But otherwise, I don't really care much about welding. But I do think it is a good skill otherwise. And just like, you know, I just always think it's silly how people think that everything is supposed to last because that's just not the way the world works. Just like our jobs aren't going to last forever, we aren't going to last forever either. And of course, when you're young, you obviously feel like everything's just going to last forever. But then something bad or something that, you know, let's say life risking happens to you, and then you realize that life is short and that you can die and that something can happen to you, etc. And of course, people have a different way of reacting to this, but otherwise, it's just kind of how life is. But I mean, as far as what I've learned throughout my life is that a lot of the things that are pretty hyped out throughout my childhood, they every single one of those dreams tended out to be pretty much overrated, I would say. Not that they weren't always fun, it's just that they were kind of overrated, and I eventually got bored of them. I understand that not everybody reacts the same way as I do, and I'm the kind of person that can easily get bored with things. Just like how one time I decided to go to a strip club, for the first time, and I've seriously only been to a strip club once, just once. And I wanted to try it out and everything, and I did have some fun. But I was just after I left, I was just like, okay, I spent like hundreds of dollars for a dance, and I don't think I'm gonna go back. Now, for the kind of money I spent that night, I kind of would expect more. But even if I did get more out of what I spent, I don't think I still would go back. To be frank, to another strip club like that. Like it was kind of an overrated experience to say the least, especially for the kind of money. We were neighbors and friends in real life. Thanks. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop talking, and just you know, don't expect so much from real life because you're gonna realize that it's just overrated, and you're probably gonna get over a lot of things as you grow up. And with that being said, I'll just end the video here and see you guys later. Bye.